She apparently had a shawl or veil at one point in her design. It seems there was meant to be a subplot regarding this girl. It might have been removed for pacing reasons or to give that development to Misha. Luckily for her, that meant she survived the whole ordeal and eventually got herself 2 mummies. Does this one count? What the hell. Apparently, she wasn't originally from BSW, but rather a member of one of the guard forces, either Ursus or Lungmen. Here she is without her iconic ahoge. One of Au's members, Aya, is seen standing alongside Rhodes operators, implying that in development, Aus were meant to be allies, instead of the roaming NPCs we have today. Future members maybe? This is the moment Teresa transferred her crown to Amiya. If we take the concept trailers as ideas that may or may not reflect in the future of the story, then this frame here might imply that Nian will ultimately fail her quest. In the trailers, characters yet to be introduced at the beginning of the story were hidden in the background, such as Mumu, Morgan, Dagda, Jit, Swire, Gnosis, and Degenbracher. The third concept trailer includes scenes or allusions to future events. The ones we have seen so far are Undertides, Dorothy's Vision, Rain Manhua, Pino Silvestris and Near Light, Break the Ice, Tallulah Redemption Arc, Priestess Tease, and those we have yet to see are Amiya's Adoption, The Fight for Victoria's Throne, whoever this may be, The Big Ominous Door, W's Breakdown, Calcid and Teresa's Talk, and Teresa's Audio Letter. As funny or weird as some of the skins look like, all of them have a canonical reason to exist, mostly photoshots for special promotion, fashion magazines, or events. But some of the skins reflect different points in time, from the prime of the operator to future events. The latter started to appear less once alter operators become a thing. Why speculate about the future when you can just show it? Her Tremble Cold skin might hint at one of the moments in her life when one of her rejuvenation took place. There are 2 more stingers on her tail. It is not that she grew them, they are prosthetics of sorts. A stinger plugin? Considering some of the winter-themed skins, it seems that Terra celebrates their own version of Christmas. In her quadrangle skin, you can see a map marking a mushroom zone as dangerous, but looking at her seat, she clearly didn't find them that bad. She managed to become an elite operator. There is an Originum slug in her Epoch skin. Due to the bulk of her gear in her Iron Block skin, she uses a one-handed stance for firing her gun. Unlike the other skins in the shop, her Everything is a Miracle dress was not made in the traditional sense. She painted into existence. The envelopes she is giving away in her Honor and Splendor skin are Hongbao. Traditionally, you put money in them and give them on special occasions, normally Chinese New Year, to either those close to you or those working for you. Apparently, Annihilation missions not only are canon, they have promo shots. The Mooncastborn skin has the only visual depiction we know of Terra's twin moons. She doesn't seem to be a fan of potatoes. Is it a reference to fate? She's the shortest Kautus in Rhodes. As impossible as jumping off a plane without a parachute seems, there are historical records of various people surviving such an event. In one specific case, one World War II soldier survived falling off his bomber plane when an explosion cushioned him at the exact moment, thus explaining how Blaze does it. She does have an old doll resembling Silence. It has been shown in her KFC collaboration skin and the Rhine Labs manhwa. Her name is a reference to Sigurd's horse from Nordic myth. Her biggest regret right now is not her infection, neither that she can enter some countries due to said infection. No, her biggest regret is that she can take Liscram to said places. Not only is she a Rhodes Island operator, but she also became a catastrophe messenger. While she states that she can get drunk, nobody has ever seen her in such a state. She practices Muay Thai. Her staff was given to her by her father before she stormed off her home. It is named Eulogy. Her cube was made by Silence as a gift before she departed with Ifrit to Rhodes Island. Some of her lines implies that she knew pre-amnesia Doctor and even called them a friend. She doesn't seem to mind their current state though. The big ugly thing was destroyed in a cajuela. The one she uses when deployed is a new model made in Rhodes with Closure's help, which she named the Raging Ironhide. it doesn't have the same punch in my opinion. While Beagle's fate will be decided on Bolivar, the event which marked the growth and distancing of A1 happened in Rimbiliton. So while the Great March is still some time away, we might want to keep our eyes peeled for the next event occurring down under. Before her oreopathy, she was very athletic, even getting second place in a cross-country competition. Should her health get better, she wants to go for gold. The animals appearing in some operators' E2 arts are not only graphic representations of their base animal, some of them are actual pets living in roads. That also includes the lions in Siege art. If Senpai is right and Amiya's ears are supposed to be taken as demon horns, then Amiya's animal inspiration may be a jackalope. A rule had to be implemented in roads. All pets must be properly looked after when she's on board, in order to avoid further pet napping. These also include mechanical pets. Yoink! Because of her diet, which pretty much bans sugar and probably fats from it, she shouldn't be more developed than her sister. As mentioned by Supa, Silent's name was originally going to be Olivia Hermer. The reason for the change is unknown, but the reason behind her codename could have been due to the silence she had to keep regarding the events at Rhine Labs, as properly seen in the Rhine manhwa's last extra chapter, aptly named Silence. It is hard to see in either of her art or her forward-facing chibi, but she is wearing a bonnet. Not only does she have a faster walk animation, she also has some dramatic wind blowing at her kit. Indoors. Because of the each race age differently clause, it is hard to determine the actual age of most operators besides the main cast, and even that is debatable, with only one exception. She is around 35. As seen in the Rhine Labs manhwa, space is a frontier Terra has yet to reach, which makes it strange that she has so much space paraphernalia. Also, she's clearly a closet space geek. He shows many of the traits of a functional psychopath. I don't call it one downright, since he has shown care for one individual. Munch. This guy on the other hand perfectly fits the criteria. She designed, modified and tinkers her own equipment. That includes her goofy looking, but very enviable, bare paw shoes. Her master not only was extremely kind to her, he is also a bit of a tsundere. One have to bless him for helping her break out her former conditioning. Apparently, after the train wreck that was a light spark in darkness, the writer decided to cut her some slack and give her an overly positive tone to her life. Not only she got a new job, she managed to pay back her family and even invite them to Rhodes for a visit, which in turn ended with an avalanche of gifts many operators have to deal with. For once, I am glad someone actually gets a happy ending. Okay, we are done. Thank you for taking your time. But I need to stretch this a bit to reach the 10-minute mark. I know. How about this? If you want, why don't you add me? I haven't done this before because I wasn't sure if this channel would be that interesting for others. But looking at my numbers, I will say, yeah, it is worth it. So thank you again for your time, and see you around, fellow doctor. And remember, stay healthy everyone.